Amine, what's up, brother? So glad to have you here today, man. You and the
It's a
team, bro.
pleasure, bro.
Yeah, man. You guys have been crushing it over the past few months. And
Yeah,
I think that you guys' story is going to be amazing to share with everybody who's watching out there on the internet, trying to make a
yeah.
decision whether this is something like for them, right? And there's no wrong answers in this, bro. Like you can share whatever you want to share, answer the questions however you want to answer it. It's just like you talking to a buddy in the backyard about what's going on in your business. That cool?
Amazing, bro. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's jump in. All right, so let's kind of kick this off with, what was going on in your business before you found Imperium, man? Tell us a little about what was happening.
Well, I guess it's like the usual story. You want to start an internet business, get financial freedom. I've been following Charlie for like 3 years before joining
Wow.
Imperium. So I've been documenting and learning by myself for the past years. But I once you need to get into the program to understand that you really need it. I don't know if that makes sense
Mhm.
because before joining you think that you have all the access to the information in the internet for free, but the Imperium program, especially acquisition genesis, was the best resource material that I think any agency owner could have. There's nothing comparable to that, honestly. So before starting, yeah, we were like having jobs on the side. We didn't manage to get full time into that, and then we talked to Jack. That was the first person that we talked to, and he basically like showed us the program, and we were a little skeptical at the beginning, even though I was like I knew Charlie for a bit. We were a little skeptical because it was an investment. It was a huge investment for us at the beginning. But the thing also is that when you invest a lot of money in it, you take it more seriously, right?
Right.
Uh, I think that if it was a cheaper program or something like that was free, we wouldn't take it seriously as we did. And this is part of the success of us, you know?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
guys been putting in the work. That's for sure, man. That
for
is
sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
So tell us what was the biggest challenge you guys were facing at the point before you jumped in?
I think everything was a challenge, but we didn't necessarily like knew it. It's more like when you start, you don't have any systems, you don't track metrics, you just like run ads, take calls, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, you just try harder, you just continue. But Charlie has a saying that I don't know if it's from him. I think it's from Warren Buffett. It's not like how hard you roll. The matter is what boat you're in. I don't
Yeah.
know if it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
So that was the main issue. You don't know where you're going. You just try with what you know, and well, it doesn't work. So at some point, if you're really serious about doing that and making it like a career, I think you need assistance, and I think that you guys are the best value that we like an agency owner can have on the market, no doubt.
Love it. Love it,
Yeah.
bro. So when you realized that you had the problems that you did,
Mhm.
what forced you guys or moved you guys to really make a decision to change everything? Like what was the moment for you all? Because I know it's you and a team of guys. So what kind of drove y'all to make that decision?
Well, you're living our day to day was really painful, because we were working all 9 to 5 jobs, and then we were doing like 5 to 11 working on the business on the side. I'm also a father. I have a children, I have a wife, and it's really hard to juggle everything on the personal side. So we decided to go all in, but to make this decision you have to be you have to like have the pathway to do it. Otherwise, it's a crazy decision. So
Yeah.
we took a decision. We decided to trust you guys. and obviously it paid off.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Kind of walk us through that though. Like walk us through what you actually implemented once you were in the program. Like what'd you guys build and change first?
So the first program we were in was EasyGrow. Then we hopped into Nirvana. EasyGrow helped us understanding the business because you when you before we started we think that we understand everything and it's just a matter of time, but it made us realize that we didn't know anything. Even though I was like going through resources for past 3 years. Um, it didn't work out. So EasyGrow helped us building systems, basically. So acquisition systems, sales systems, every system in the business, we understood like how to run an agency. And before that, we didn't knew. And this is for the EasyGrow part. After that, we hopped into Nirvana, and then like uh, being like having one-on-one conversation with you, help with you, being with the coaches. We basically scaled from, let's say, 2 grand before EasyGrow a month to now 40 grand.
Wow. That's a
Yeah,
major jump, bro. That's a major
yeah,
jump.
yeah,
Um,
major.
yeah, what was some of the specific strategies or frameworks or systems that really made the biggest difference for you guys, the biggest impact on your business?
I don't even think that it's the strategy itself. It's more like understanding what's behind it. You know,
Mhm.
the
Yeah, talk
the
about that.
the deep the I'm looking for my words, but like the depthness of how Charlie goes through information is crazy. Just like how he explains systems, how he explained like stimuli chain, micro action change. These things were like completely like stranger things for us. We didn't knew like it was even possible. We didn't know it existed. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm clear on my words, but
No, I think you said it right. Like the
yeah,
way where it doesn't seem like something you've ever heard before. It's just foreign, right?
yeah,
Because you didn't
exactly.
even know this kind of depth of thinking and processing
Yeah,
was needed or existed in business until
yeah,
Charlie made you aware of it. There was no awareness.
yeah.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I felt the same way when I started watching the material too. I was like, wow, I've been in business for a decade and I haven't learned some of these things.
And you think that you know everything, and you think that everything is free, but it's not, bro. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's facts. That's facts, man.
Yeah,
Speaking truth. Um, so let's talk about like our engagement, right? You mentioned it a
yeah.
little bit. How did having me like as your private mentor, as your fractional CEO through the process change the way that you approach things?
Well, I think that like having course material is amazing, especially with the quality that like the programs provide. But having like one-on-one, like another eye on the business
Mhm.
is a real game changer. That and sometimes like the obvious is not so obvious. You need a third party to like look at things and tell you like, bro, this is wrong. You need to change it because when you're going through the fire you don't necessarily see things, and then you're just like telling us like just oh, for example, you told us like split the metrics, do this, do that. We do it, and after I was doing it I was like, bro, it's so obvious, why didn't I do it, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
But the obvious is not so obvious, you
yeah,
understand? So also like I think that your help, you look, I don't know if like I felt like you genuinely cared about our success, which is a huge point. It's not like just a sales relationship.
yeah,
Like that was my feeling about you. You look like you really cared, and you were caring, and you were like the fact that we made this investment meant something to you. This is how I felt about you,
yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that. I really do because
Yeah.
it is a major part of who I am when it
Yeah.
comes to my ability to invest time and energy and coaching into other business owners, man. Like I want them to feel that and I want them to see like I am invested in your success fully.
Yeah, we felt it. We felt it, and it worked out. So we were right about this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%, man. So, question about like a turning point in the business, right? Where do you feel like there was a moment where things just started to click, where you felt the shift happening into growth?
It was probably past 2 weeks. Because every systems were in place. Past week we make like out of the 40, we make like half of the income, more than half of the income on the past 2 weeks. I think we had every system, but the final one was the sales system. Every system was working fine, and we had a sales system for a bit, and we always thought that it was the other system that were not working and the lead were not qualified and everything.
Yeah,
But last 2 weeks we changed the sales system with Casper, the coach, and we went from closing zero deals to like having a 30% closing rate average, which is crazy, you know. So I think that was the biggest turning point, changing the sales system, because we had the other system for a while.
yeah,
We built it, we managed to make it work, but the sales system was a game changer. It's something else. It's like, for example, the salesperson with us is Oliver. It's the same thing for me. I was thinking that I knew about business. Now you hopped in and you realize you don't know anything. Same thing for Oliver. He thought he was a good salesperson, but looking at Casper's advice, looking at the modules from EasyGrow, we understood that we were nothing, and we had so much to learn, so much to implement. And it also gives us hope, because you see that, oh damn, there's all this pathway in front of us that we
yeah,
can go and chase after, so that's great, bro.
yeah. It's amazing when you start realizing how much you don't know. And a
Yeah,
lot of times, some people can think that's a bad thing. It's like, man, I'm so dumb. Like I'm not as good as I thought I was. But the right perspective is what you just said. When you
yeah,
realize that you don't know so much, it should be optimistic. It should bring you hope because now you
for
see
sure.
that you can learn more. It means you can get better, which means you can change your circumstances. All right.
Yeah, and
So,
also you think that there's no way your competition knows that, so it's also hopeful on this side.
yeah. You think they're thinking the same thing as you? It's like, oh, I don't have to get any help. I can figure this out. Why you just
Yeah,
lap them. You lap them around the
yeah,
course. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. That's cool, man. That's cool. I love to hear that.
Yeah,
So let's kind of talk some results, right? I think you've
yeah,
mentioned a few here and there as we've
yeah,
been chatting, but
yeah.
let's kind of lock in on like what's actually changed in the business since you've been in implementing the things that you've learned.
Well, the revenue first of all, but not just the revenue. So
Right.
first time I talked to you, we were charging $800 per month retainers, which now I'm almost ashamed of telling you this, knowing what I know now.
Yeah.
At the moment, because of you, we're charging 2.5K month retainer, and we also realize how much work we need to put also on the product size and the delivery size and the value that we bring to the client. And you guys are also an example of that. So the amount of quality that I've been through, you could have charged me any amount. I can't say it's bad. I can't tell you, like, if I'm being honest, I can't ask you for a refund. I can't. It's too much quality, and I want my client to feel the same way about myself.
Yeah.
So we worked a lot on the delivery side, on the value side that we provide. So this was a huge thing for us after being in EasyGrow and Nirvana, because of you guys. So I would say like the value that we provide, and also like the revenue side of things is amazing also.
Yeah.
So these were the two major things. Yeah,
Nice. Nice. And you mentioned numbers earlier. I want you to kind of mention what like you guys came in working with me in Nirvana. You were
yeah.
doing how much were you doing? Like 7K a month?
7K a month, yeah.
Right?
So basically, EasyGrow showed us how to have appointments. Nirvana showed us how to have revenue.
Yeah, how to earn and scale the revenue.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
the promises of EasyGrow was kept. Um,
for
we've
sure.
been working on the program for like almost like 3 4 months, like just building the system, understanding everything. And at the end of EasyGrow, we started having like our steady 7 appointments, 8 appointments a day per salesperson. And then with Nirvana, we managed to scale that into real tangible revenue and satisfied clients.
Yeah. And so you guys went from 7K coming into Nirvana to where now per month?
40,
40.
40. Yeah.
So you added $37,000,
In a
$33,000 in a month.
month and a half. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because we started like mid, late March.
Yeah.
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 That's amazing. That's amazing. But like you said, it wasn't just that you booked more calls or you got more people on the phone. It was the systems behind it, like the pricing of the
Yeah.
offer and the close rate and all these things that you guys optimized and worked your butt off
Yeah.
to fix. So so proud of you guys, man. So proud of you.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
For real. I painted the vision for you and you ran with it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's only the start. That's what's crazy. I'm talking to you now, but I don't know in 5 6 months where are we going to be, you know?
We might be having another one of these conversations about much bigger numbers.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. But you mentioned also, you guys have a family. Like I have 5 kids, bro. Like you have kids, like you guys have family. What does this actually mean, like for your life outside of business? How, like the growth that you guys are experiencing with revenue and also the systems and the hope that's being built. How does this affect things outside of the house? I mean, outside of the business as well.
Well, I think that obviously when you bring more money, it's like, especially for my wife, she's like I removed a lot of stress for her, a lot of stress because she was always believing in me, but we were broke because of this vision. This vision caused us to be broke and not traveling, not having like a car that was like reliable, and all these problems. And she's been like, how do you say that?
Oil.
She had faith on me,
Yeah.
and now the only fact that it's working and I can give back to her is it's meaning all the world for me, everything. Because my son is too he's too young to understand everything,
Yeah.
but one day I'm gonna tell him this story.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. He's gonna look up and be like, Dad, like, how did we get all this? Right? And you get to take him all the way back to the struggle days.
Yeah, the real struggle, but
Yeah,
you need to go through pain to experience everything. You absolutely need to. You need to go all in. Also, that's a lesson that I've learned. Um, Building this system, this business is real, bro. You can't just like have a 9 to 5 on the side and just, I don't believe in that anymore. You need to put all in, every faith, every second of your time, every energy, bit of energy that you have into this, and it's going to work with the right assistance and knowledge.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%, bro. Yeah, bro. You guys went all in for sure.
Yeah, all
Um,
in. We were in debt. We were like in the bottom, and we give everything we had left,
yeah.
and it worked out.
Yeah, I think that's what, like, I remember when we first talked, bro, like you were trying to make the decision to jump in and it was just like, man, it was super tough financially to do it, right?
Yeah, it
And
was.
I remember I gave you guys a couple, I don't even remember what the advice was, honestly. I gave you a couple bits of advice and it worked, right? I think one of them
Yeah,
was raising your price. I think it was the first thing I told you was like, well, you got to raise your price.
yeah,
Um, and you got,
for
and
free. It was free at this moment. You
yeah, I
gave
was
us
giving
free
free
advice.
advice because I was like, man, I want to see these guys really be able to make this next step, right?
Yeah,
And so raise your prices and stop booking more than 3 days out. Those two
yeah,
things.
that was a huge one
Yeah.
because our no show before that, it was disgusting.
Yeah. 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 When he told me, I was like, wow. I was like, that's what made me ask you, like, how far are you booking? You're like, bro, we booking like a week and a half, 2 weeks out. I was like, no, that's why, right there.
Yeah, yeah,
But then
but
after
see,
you're like,
when I
I
think
got you.
about it now, it's like so obvious, but the obvious is not so obvious. You need someone, bro. Even if you think you don't, you everyone needs someone. Everyone needs a mentor. Everyone needs someone to like look into your things and tell you, bro, just do that. You know?
Yeah. 100%, man.
Yeah,
100%. So you've also had other coaches in the program as well as you've
yeah.
been going to coaching calls. What were
Yeah.
some of was there a moment like where you felt like the Imperium team like really stepped up and showed up for you? And like what happened with that?
Well, I think Casper traumatized all the team here. I think I still have PTSD from him. It's crazy how this guy is is good at what he does, bro. It is crazy. And he's pretty much like the only one that I witnessed one on one because I was more on the operational side. So the coaching call, I was not the one attending them, but I attended like two of them with Oliver just to see like how it goes. And bro, this guy is something else, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
shout out to Casper, bro.
Shout out to Casper, man. Casper is a G for real.
Yeah, he absolutely is.
He is. Awesome. Awesome. So when you joined, like what is it that you feel like you needed most when you joined? And do you feel like you got that already?
I think that we were not even aware of what we needed. We just
Mhm.
needed some help. That was the only thing.
Yeah.
Because you before joining, you don't know about all these systems. You don't know about all these like psychological tricks that you can use. You don't know anything, so you don't know where to look. You just need to trust someone, you know. And we decided to trust you guys.
Wow. Yeah.
I think that's the best way of explaining it.
Yeah.
Even if you think that you need something, but it's not. You're never right about this. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's good, man. And then you know what's crazy? A lot of people are there. Like they feel like they're like working on the right thing, trying to fix the right thing. But when
Hmm.
you don't know what you don't know and you can't see the picture big enough, then you need someone else who can see further to
Yeah.
come in
Absolutely.
and show you other parts of the map that you're not aware of.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's good.
Absolutely.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So let's talk future. Let's talk like we talked about where you've been and kind of where you are now. Where are you guys headed next with the foundation that you've built so far? What are you aiming for?
I think that we can aim first of all easily six-figure a month. Like no problem. I'm super confident on this, and we're on track to do it. I think we'll do it like this summer.
No.
No doubt. I think we'll do it. So that would be the first step. And next step, I think you guys are gonna tell us after that what to do, bro.
You know it. I'll be right there, bro. Point you to the next direction. But I think, yeah, I think 6 figures a month for you guys is definitely in the near future, 100%. Especially
Yeah,
if we optimize some of the things that we have right now in front of us, with
yeah,
ads optimized and things like that, bro. You're just getting started for real.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So let's talk to the people that are watching this right now, right? There are
Okay.
probably some business owners, some partners out there watching this on the YouTube channel, on the website, wherever, their buddy sent it to them, and they're on the fence. They're like, man, I don't know if I should get in this. I don't know if this is for me, if this is going to work, right? And what would you say to someone like that?
I would say that, like, first of all, just I bought a lot of course in my life, and first of all, I don't think that you can even like categorize this as a course.
Mhm.
But that was my feeling the first time I talked to Jack. My first feeling was that is like, okay, I'll pay like for a high ticket course, and I don't know if it's worth it. But yeah, the first thing I would say is just look at the free information that Charlie gave us. Just look at that, and I think that just seeing that is enough to say like that his paid stuff is going to be like 1,000 times better, because the free stuff is already like amazing. I think. I
Yeah.
think Charlie is like there's nothing comparable in the market. nothing, nothing. So, and I would tell him like, whatever your situation is, like just hear like the testimonial that like we're doing at the moment, and see what you want for your future. Because if you put in the work, if you do what needs to be done, because we've been doing like a lot of work. It's not easy, it's hard work, it's painful, but with the pathway, it's like there's no way it's not going to work. If you work hard, there is no way it's not going to work out for you. No way.
Yeah.
So I would go all in, and this is what I did, and I don't regret it.
Yeah. Yeah. You and the team, bro. You guys
Yeah,
have worked your butts off going
yeah,
in late days, long nights. Like, yeah,
yeah,
I know it. I know you have because you don't get to this point without it. That's for sure.
yeah, for sure.
Um, cool. So I don't really have any more questions for you other than like, is there anything else that you want to share? Anything we haven't covered that you think people should know?
Not really, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to Charlie. You guys are amazing, bro. You changed our lives so much, and we want to thank you for that, bro.
Hey, we
We're
appreciate
grateful
it.
for you guys.
Yeah, man. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. You being the hardworking team that you are because you can get the
Yeah,
direction, but like what's the saying? You can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right?
yeah,
You guys brought your buckets and you went to work. You went to
of course.
work,
Yeah,
right?
we surely did, but yeah,
Yeah.
still, we want to thank you guys.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. So, I mean, I have enjoyed this conversation, man. As always, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Of course.
And I appreciate you taking the time to really share your journey with everyone watching. And I appreciate you. And we'll see you soon. Like, let's keep focused, let's keep locked in. And 100K months, man. Here we come.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Devin.
No problem, man. Peace.
Take care, brother.